Be true to yourself and never live a lie. What does it mean to say yes? It is a proclamation for positivity, regardless of what you may be feeling or how your mind is reacting. There are many things we find ourselves unable to confront, and these things have kept us in a bubble of negativity and limitation. Those fears, the crippling anxiety, the incessant pressure to be someone you're not comfortable being, are the naysayers and will only have power over you if you let them. But to say yes, first you have to say no. No to the fears, the labels, the outrageous expectations. You must reject what they say about you. You decide who you are and who you're going to be. You must say no when your mind tells you that you can't, when your anxiety says you can't, and when society says you can't. This is the first step in saying yes to the truth about yourself. There's a tendency to second guess yourself. These voices can be very convincing, but never question yourself. The key to finding yourself is taking bold steps. If you feel the urge to do something bold, don't pull away. Even if your whole body is yelling no, go ahead and do it. There is no room for maybe. If you keep second guessing yourself, you'll never become the best that you can be. There is no list of rules. There is one rule. The rule is, there are no rules. Happiness comes from living as you need to, as you want to, as your inner voice tells you to. Happiness comes from being who you actually are instead of who you think you're supposed to be. Shonda Rhimes. In a world where there is so much pressure weighing down on who and what you must be, how you must act, and what you must do, it is a relief to know that you can take back your own life and steer it on a course that you have chosen. By saying yes, you're going up against worthy foes like fear, anxiety, and social pressure. But with the helpful tips laid out in this summary, it is a battle you're sure to win. Chapter 2. Finding your tribe and allowing them to help you become comfortable with saying yes. Saying yes can be daunting when you try to do it on your own. The fight to find yourself isn't an easy one, and you're going to need all the help you can get if you're going to thrive. Some people are against seeking help because they believe it is a great inconvenience to others. If you're lucky, there will be people in your life who will offer support regardless. It is okay to say yes to their offers. Nobody has got it all figured out. No one really has it all together. They all have help, a tribe, a group that helps them deal with life and its messes. You need to first acknowledge that you need help and identify your tribe. They are your driving force to find yourself and be the best that you can be. Your tribe mates are the people who are always there for you in your time of need. Many of us struggle to find balance and a way to juggle the many things that trouble our day-to-day lives, making us spread ourselves so thin that we snap. You can't do it all alone. You need help. You can't raise kids, run a business, and still find time to exist all on your own. It is okay to source for help. You can get a nanny, hire more assistants, let your friends pick vacation spots. There is a world of possibilities waiting for you once you accept that you can't do everything on your own. This doesn't mean that you're weak or incapable. It just means you're smart enough to have enough energy and time left for the important things in your life. There's no crime in wanting a break, to want to take life easy. You don't have to work until you break. If you feel the need to take a break from the craziness at work or the rampage at home, you can. Say yes to finding you, asserting who you are, recognizing you will need some help, and knowing it is okay to take a break from time to time. Did you know? Despite living in Los Angeles, Shonda Rhimes gets deep dish pizza flown in from her home city, Chicago, every Christmas Eve. Chapter 3. You need to come clean about the things holding you back and let yourself grow out of them. There are a lot of things about yourself that are not good for you, even though it might not seem like they are. For example, a toxic trait or your weight can get out of hand, scare everyone away, or diminish your self-esteem. It is easy to indulge yourself in things that feed negative habits. You do it every single day because it's comfortable. Saying yes to being a better you should be a willful decision to tackle everything in your life that is doing more harm than good. The issue with these things is that it felt good when you started feeding them and helped you cope with a long day at work or a tiring thought. Now it has formed itself into a real problem. For example, you no longer require whiskey to fix a problem. You don't need a dozen cupcakes to feel good. The problem now is when you don't drink the shots or eat the cupcakes. Slowly, you become addicted, and before you know it, you're unable to see yourself without them. But the alcohol makes you uncoordinated and lethargic, and the cupcakes make you unhealthy. These ill traits you indulge in have managed to make it more difficult to execute simple actions that usually come easy to you. You can't become a better you if you are a slave to your excesses. Instead, you will be weighed down by the consequences and stuck dealing with them. Dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams. Fleeting, ephemeral, pretty, but dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. It's hard work that creates change. Shonda Rhimes. Always try to get better. If you have gotten overweight, make plans to lose the pounds to get back to a weight you are comfortable with. If you've got a drinking problem, then seek help. Saying yes to bettering yourself should be a deliberate action. You first have to realize that those guilty pleasures are harming you, your health, and your life, and then take steps to stop them. Chapter 4. It is not a show of humility if you keep selling yourself short. You must own your greatness. When you start to become better, you must always be open to accepting accolades for your efforts. Own your achievement and make sure people know just how far you've come. Humility isn't the same as self-depreciation. If you willingly reduce your own worth, people will see you just that way. So say yes to accepting praise. It might be scary and new, but you've bettered yourself, weaned yourself of every damning trait, and you've done something astounding. You should be proud and say yes to the praise that follows. When you assert your worth and accept the accolades that come with it, you should remember that not everything or everyone is worth your energy and peace of mind. There is a tendency to find yourself stuck with people whose presence in your life does more harm than good. You may find yourself engaged in discussions and situations that cause great discomfort because you have refused to say yes to yourself. Saying yes to bettering yourself involves saying yes to you and your needs before anyone else's. Saying yes to you means simply saying no to the things that threaten your peace of mind and health. It means saying no to users who only stick around for what they can gain from you and offer nothing back, and yes to things that make you better and to the people and things that add value to your life. It can be tricky. Some of these things and people are seemingly an integral part of your life. What should you do then? You can't exactly pretend your boss doesn't exist, or that your cousin, who's always needing money, will go away if you ignore them long enough. Don't let them have so much control and influence on your life. Have those tough conversations. You must understand that nothing is worth your peace of mind and happiness, so whatever or whoever threatens either should be cut off outright before they make you miserable. Say yes to you and become a better version of yourself with intentional efforts to distance yourself from people, things, and situations that will get in your way. Chapter 5. Being happy involves saying yes to different versions of people, especially you. You will meet different people in varying situations in life, and sometimes it can be challenging to accommodate them and their quirks. This difficulty is because you're saying no to them and refusing to accept that they have a right to exist differently from you. You'll always bump heads with colleagues, partners, and family if you keep expecting them to think, act, and be like you. Saying yes to people and their differences involves putting yourself in their shoes. If you are okay with the person you are, the quirks, idiosyncrasies, and all, then you should accept people the way they are. They might be struggling with being marginalized, ridiculed, and bullied for being different. These people you frown at and shun might be fighting private battles, and all they need is someone to accept them for just what or who they are. Being open-minded is another way to say yes to people. It would be of more benefit to you if you refrain from being condescending or judgmental to people. You can pull them closer instead of pushing them away. Remember the previous chapter where it says you need a tribe of people that will be there for you? Well, in the event that your tribe isn't coming to you, you should be the one to seek them out. Armed with the knowledge to have an open mind and newfound confidence, you can decide just who and what deserves a place in your life. Don't alienate that coworker, sibling, or partner you are sure you can't work with because you are too different. Instead, identify the ways you complement each other. Relationships are like a dance. Two people can't simultaneously move in the same direction, or they'll crash into each other. Don't be scared to make a beautiful synergy from that difficult situation. Chapter 6. You can also greatly benefit from the same acceptance you show other people. You are unique and beautiful too. As you have bravely understood that people are different and will not act the way you want, you are not left out. Saying yes to people and how they are different involves accepting that you also are different and gifted. It is easy to judge yourself harshly, to be self-critical, and deem yourself broken. Saying yes to you involves being kinder to yourself and accepting your flaws and weaknesses. You are a unique human being. You have a vast array of great qualities, and you are capable of greater things than you know. Your flaws don't define you. You are beautiful. Yes, you. You have to say yes to being and feeling beautiful, strong, and capable. You are the captain of your ship. Steer your life in the direction you wish, no matter how scary it might be. It is your life, and you decide what it should be. Sure, you have flaws, and your choices might not favor everyone but you, but that's just it. You are saying yes to what makes you happy. You know what happens when all of your dreams come true? Nothing. I realized a very simple truth, that success, fame, having all my dreams come true would not fix or improve me. It wasn't an instant potion for personal growth. Shonda Rhimes. You may not fit into society, and your ideals and choices may contrast with the tolerance levels set by society. But it is you, so you must proudly be you. Conclusion. There is so much pressure to give in, give up, and just take whatever life hands out. But no more. It's time to say yes to you and no to anything that makes it difficult to be a better you. As you move to say yes to breaking free of the captivity of the scary things and hurtful labels and start saying yes to doing and being better, you will see that your life will become a much better version of what it used to be. There is no limit. Say yes to being the best you today. It is a common misconception that you are a slacker or a bad person if you take a break or need some time off. But it is okay to say yes to a good time. It is okay to say yes to some private time. Go to parties, take a trip, go on vacation, kick your feet up, and just let your mind and body reset. You need it more than you know, and you will greatly benefit from the decision to rest. Sometimes being a badass at everything can be exhausting and all too much. If you don't slow down, you might crash and burn. Celebrate your achievements. It might be something as personal as quitting smoking, or appreciating your partner more, or more profound like finding a cure for an illness, or brokering a huge deal for your company. When you are confronted with your accomplishments, don't shy away from them. Own up and feel proud of what you did. Try this. Make a list of the things that scare you. This could be anything from public speaking to getting back into the dating scene. Then take a bold step in crossing each one off the list by saying yes to them. Start small by creating a safe-to-fail environment where you can practice getting out of your comfort zone. Say yes to the next presentation you have at work or the lunch date your colleague has invited you to have. Confront your fears, and they'll disappear.